Alright guys, welcome to another beer review, and we've I'm going to consider this a special review. It's certainly an interesting one for me, and we're going over to the Robinson's Brewery, and we're looking at a bottle of the Hallowed, which is brewed in collaboration with Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden, and of course Robinson's did the Trooper, and then the Trooper 666, and then a Porter, I believe. I tried Trooper both on cask and bottle. Bottle was solid, but I think it was infinitely better on cask, to be honest. I apologise if I keep looking in that direction. I'm actually mid hangout, and I thought I'd do a quick beer review, even though it's probably going to be another 10-minute one. But yeah, so this is Hallowed, inspired by Belgium, made in England. Limited edition Belgian style beer. So I'm not too sure exactly what subgenre this falls into. But yeah, clocking in at 6% ABV. And just look at that artwork. Absolutely fantastic. Lovely looking label. Very gothic. Got that church window look to it. And it's a textured label with metallic aspects. It's just a really awesome looking beer label. And there is the crown, which is awesome as well. So yeah, Iron Maiden. I was lucky enough to see them live at Rock am Ring in 2014, I want to say. And they were definitely one of the best bands that I saw live. Just Bruce Dickinson. Like, he was flying around on like wires on stage, and like, I think the day before his performance he was actually involved in like an air show over the festival. Just what a guy. And he likes his beer too. I mean, you name me one rock and roll or heavy metal band that doesn't like alcohol. But yeah, so when I heard that they were doing a beer like this, even though Belgian style beers aren't really my favourite, I was, yeah, if I come across it, I'm going to give it a go. And this was available in my local Morrison's, and it was with like a few sort of like Halloween sort of related seasonal beers with the likes of Pumpkin. So I might do a little series when it comes to Halloween. So you might be seeing this towards Halloween or like the week running up to it. And what else did they have? They had like a rye shipyard beer, which again falls into that sort of like Halloween horror sort of element. But yeah, I just absolutely love that label. Of course, you got Eddie there, and yeah, just fantastic. It really does look awesome. It's probably one of the best labels that I've seen this year, and I've noticed that Robinson's really up in their game with their artwork, with their sort of like craftier reimagining and rebranding, and then you've got the stuff that they're doing for the co-op as well with various uh, landmarks in Manchester, like the Salford Lads Club. Even though Salford isn't Manchester, never make the mistake of saying that, by the way. But yeah, just fantastic stuff, and I'm really intrigued to see just exactly what this beer will offer me. And it was like £1.25 a bottle, so you can't complain. Anyway, let's see what we get using my BMOF snifter. So beer in a glass then, and that to me is sort of like it's ruby red, but it's got like very slight cranberry look to it, and like maybe an orange hue. Beer poured with no head whatsoever, just died down really quickly. I don't know, it's got like a slight haze to it. I mean, it's not chill haze because it's not really been in the fridge for that long. I mean, there is a little bit of condensation on the glass, of course, but tell you what, the Behemoth logo looks really damn good. I'll have to get a photo of that when I finish the review, because I'm a sad bastard that way. But yeah, it reminds me of Orville in terms of its appearance. So I'm not sure if there might be some like sour fermented fruit tones in this. Let's see what we get in the aroma. And it's got that like quintessential Belgian like yeasty overly brewed tea character, which I find throughout a lot of the Belgian beers. Like that sort of like musky horse blanket, slight funkiness. Definitely get a berry, dark fruit sort of aroma coming out. It's like toffee-like character. Almost reminds you of like um, toffee apples. A little bit of like a spicy edge to it as well. It smells really nice. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Yep, they've nailed it. It's one of those examples where you close your eyes, you think you're drinking a Belgian style beer. It's got that slight boozy flavour without actually being boozy. Alcohol is masked really, really nicely. But yeah, it's got that slight port character to it, especially on the back end. And I can imagine a beer like this being aged in something like a port barrel. I think that would add so much complexity and character to it. But as it is, it's got like a slight savoury edge to it. Reminds me of something like Chimay, more like the Chimay Blue, maybe. And I do get that slight malty sweetness that I got from the Orville. That bready character is not too overpowering. Yeah, it's a really nice, mellow, slightly tart. There's like very slight tartness. Slightly funky, not too much. And that like faded, overbrewed tea character that I usually get, not too in your face and doesn't linger too much. Yeah, getting like big cherry notes in there as well, and Woodrow sort of berries. Not too carbonated, nice medium mouthfeel, surprisingly drinkable. And yeah, I think they've done an absolutely wonderful job with this beer. Proper hats off to them. Because again, you would think you were drinking an actual Belgian beer with this. It's got that like tradition and familiarity to it. A slight marzipan character come through as well. But it's one of those ones where this is a little bit chilled, and I'd imagine as it goes down, and of course once I've finished the actual review, I will get so many different flavours and characteristics coming out of it. But as it is, that's a lovely drop. And if you want to have your Belgian beer kick, but you don't really want to pay the prices of online retailers or going into a specialty beer shop, and you see it for £1.25 in your local supermarket, you can't complain at a beer like that. And I know Robinsons, they sort of get a bad rap from some people, but I think they're a very consistent brewery. And yeah, they might try new little techniques to pull in the craft beer crowd and that sort of thing, but the whole like Trooper range, or the two beers that I've had from the Trooper range, have been really, really nice. And it'd be nice to see them taking these beers into like a barrel aged aspect, because I know they'll have the core audience who will still drink it, but I think it'll appeal to the more like hard-nosed craft beer snob as well, because let's face it, they're just as much of a stain on the beer landscape as well as like uninspired real ale breweries. It's one of those things, two extremes. But this is a lovely, lovely beer. Really, really is. Slight vinegar element there, almost like a balsamic vinegar. But yeah, I can't pick out too many complaints of this one. So if you have tried it, then give me your thoughts, opinions down below. In terms of a rating, I'm going to give this one a very solid 8 out of 10. Yeah, I'm very, very pleasantly surprised. It's probably the best of the Trooper series that I've had so far. And yeah, they seriously need to do something with this. Like, kick it up a notch, barrel age it, just do something, because you've got such a great core beer there, and you could just do so much with it. So 8 out of 10 if you've tried it. Let me know your thoughts, opinions down below in the comments. Are you a fan of this beer? Are you a fan of the Trooper range? What has been your favourite beer from the beers that they've done? If any of our friends or fellow beer tubers have reviewed it, links are down below. I think my good friend Jonathan from Northern Southern Beer Reviews has reviewed it, because I think he's a big Iron Maiden fan. And yeah, a really, really solid beer that I would happily pick up again, even though I'm not the biggest fan of beers like that. So yeah, waffled on for way too long. Check out Robinson's, check out other reviews down below, check out my Belgian beer playlist, even though it's a British beer, and check out my Real Ale playlist down below. More importantly, I hope you join me next time for another beer review. Thank you guys for watching, and I shall hopefully see you all later. Cheers.